I don't think this has ever happened before, where we've received 3 Nintendo Directs in the span of about 3 weeks, a little under a month. And the last one was a doozy. We got a full Mario Kart World reveal, along with the full Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. Tomorrow's Direct will have a lot more details on Mario Kart World and what that game is going to look like. This will be the first game on the Nintendo Switch on launch day, and we already know a fair bit about it, but it is always great to know more. The first thing that stands out to me about the game following the last Direct is the file size announcement. It's a little over 20 gigabytes of data, which is, I believe, the largest file size on a first-party Nintendo game we've seen. It looks like the runner-ups are Tears of the Kingdom and Fire Emblem Engage, which are roughly around 16 gigabytes each. So this is a massive, massive game. There's a lot of data here, and I don't think we've seen nearly all of it on the reveal we've seen so far. I'm kind of hoping this means that Nintendo is trying to work hard to justify the increased price of this game. The last Mario Kart game was very jam-packed with content, so I'm very excited to see how much they can fit into this one. We've already confirmed there's about the same amount of characters between the last Mario Kart and this one, but I could definitely see them introducing some more characters, either during this Direct or later down the line with an update or with DLC. Honestly, they could even just leave them as a surprise as unlockables during the game that, we can kind of discover for ourselves, right? So there's definitely some characters that are missing that I feel like won't return. There are other characters where, I don't know, it's a 50-50. I could see some of the other Nintendo IP characters returning, like Link and the Villagers and Inklings. I could also see them adding maybe some more, like Zelda, maybe some Pikmin characters like Olimar and Louie. Captain Falcon would be a great addition there. Fox and Falco, maybe some Pokemon. Who knows? Maybe we could even see some third-party characters, maybe coming from Smash Bros. I don't think we'll see any characters who have their own kart racing games. Looking at you, Sonic. Maybe Garfield as well. I think the likeliest characters are Sephiroth and Bayonetta. Maybe throw Minecraft Steve in there. I think they all have a really good chance of making it in. Maybe they'll throw Hollow Knight or Sans in there for some indie representation. I'd also really love to see more like just absolutely bizarre characters like we've been seeing so far, like the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. Maybe something like the Sandbag from Smash Bros. Or Thwomps would be really fun. Something else I've noticed too, looking at the footage, is the item selection seems to be very similar to previous games. They haven't made many changes there. Obviously, there's the Rock's Feather, I think it's called. I might be bringing that from Zelda. I can't remember. To make your cart jump, which is a great idea, especially if you're adding these wall riding and grinding aspects to the game. I think the Hammer Bros hammers are also there now. I would love to see some more items added for a bit more variety. I know that gets a little bit complicated when it comes to balancing and making a fun game, but I would love to see maybe the Super Leaf make a return from Super Mario Bros. 3. They could add Super Bell from Super Mario 3D World, or even like the Ice Flower would be really cool to freeze carts in place. It just kind of acts like a fire flower basically, but just a little bit of extra variety would be really cool. And I think any item that was showcased in the Mario movie has a really good chance of making it in. Speaking of, I am curious if they will take any inspiration from the movie. I know the Mario Kart aspect was a large part of that movie. They even drive along Rainbow Road with the Kong army. I've noticed they haven't really added any of the Kongs into the game yet, just Donkey Kong, and he has the new kind of Mario movie-esque design. I remember too, he had a barrel item on his cart that he could use to fly out of the eel's mouth. Especially considering this game is a very vertical game, it seems, with the jumping items and wall riding and grinding. I could see them adding like a little small flight item for like a short period. Something to note too here is Donkey Kong is the only Kong in this Mario Kart confirmed, so maybe later down the line we'll see a big update or DLC with the entire Kong army arriving, and maybe that'll come with a whole new set of tracks in the jungle and all of the kind of returning characters like Diddy Kong and Cranky, but maybe with some new ones added. I'm sure there will be more characters in the upcoming Donkey Kong Bonanza that might make an appearance. We will have to wait to see on that. Now, something a lot of people have been talking about when it comes to the single-player free roam aspect is, will there be a story mode? Which makes a lot of sense. I'm not opposed to that, but I'm not super confident it's necessary. Like, I don't feel like we need a story mode exactly. For the most part, I just kind of want more to do in the free roam mode. From what I've seen, it seems very empty. It's mostly just to kind of explore with your friends and practice tracks. There isn't much to actually do or collect, so really I would just like to see some challenges and collectibles spread around the map that you have to complete, and then maybe completing a ton of them unlocks characters or other tracks. I think it would be really cool if you could also unlock maybe track parts for like customization option. Just considering how multiplayer focused this one is, or specifically online focused, I could see them taking inspiration from Super Mario Maker and allowing you to kind of create small challenges or tracks for your friends and online players to compete on. This is something even they've been experimenting with in Mario Odyssey with the balloon challenge mode. Giving challenges to your friends seems to be a very kind of important part of Nintendo's perception of online play. So I think that's kind of where their head is, and I think that's something we'll assuredly see tomorrow. I could also see them announcing large-scale events where it's something similar to like a Splatfest in the Splatoon games. I'm not quite sure exactly what that would look like yet, but I'm sure it would have something to do maybe with the knockout mode, maybe like a large-scale 100-plus player knockout mode where it goes through every track in the world, like a battle royale mode. I could see this being even just a regular thing that they have. Yeah, I'm not really sure what an event would look like in terms of a Splatfest style. It would probably be something where, you pick a team, and the more races you win, the more points you give to your team, something like that. And then they'll theme it like, I don't know, going back to the Kong idea, it could be the who's better, the Mario characters or the Kong army characters. Sorry, something I forgot to mention earlier is in terms of unlockable tracks, I'm curious if these tracks will appear in a star world of some kind. Obviously there's going to be a Rainbow Road. There's never been a Mario Kart without a Rainbow Road, but we don't know exactly where that can be placed on the world yet exactly. And I don't see any of the classic Mario Kart tracks being worked into the free roam, so I'm thinking they'll probably keep that separated. They'll probably have a goal in free roam where you are to complete a certain amount of challenges or collect a certain amount of items to unlock both characters and tracks. And I think these tracks will all be held in the Star World so that you can access them from the main menu, or maybe there's a portal on the free roam world that maybe sends you to a different hub where you can access these tracks. I don't think they will be connected to the rest of the world. I just can't see a new Mario Kart game without Koopa Troopa Beach or Moo Moo Meadows or Coconut Mall. Like, these iconic tracks that have returned time and time again, they will reappear in some way or another in Mario Kart World. I'm still also holding out hope for some tracks that did not appear in Mario Kart 8 or haven't even been remade at all. Tracks like Wario's Coliseum or Luigi's Mansion, Delfino Square, a lot of GameCube titles here. Also the Woohoo Island. I know Nintendo has sworn off Woohoo Island since the Wii era, but I would love to see that make a return. Also, let's get like every single Rainbow Road that has ever been in the series and then just lay them directly one after the other after the other after the other, so that we just have one really long Rainbow Road that stretches on for like, was it 8 tracks? I guess it would be at this point, 9 if you're including the newest game. Does Tour might have a its own Rainbow Road. I can't remember exactly, but I think that would be really cool, especially since some of those Rainbow Roads have not returned in any game whatsoever. And one last thing here, I know this is the question on everybody's mind going into tomorrow's Direct, but will there be another brand deal in Mario Kart? The last time we had Mercedes-Benz as playable karts, which I loved. It's very goofy. I don't know what the thought process was behind this brand deal. I know money was the big reason, probably. I would assume. I don't see the connection between Mario Kart other than it just being racing. So why not? Let's just I don't know, give a few predictions here on some possible brand deals they might do this time. Maybe they will have Mario driving a Lexus this time around. Maybe they'll go American and add Ford F-150s, that you can see Wario and Waluigi cruising around in. Maybe you could see Daisy in a 2003 pre-owned Honda Civic. Who knows? Who knows what we could see in the next Mario Kart brand deal? This might not even happen directly as the game launches. This could be something later down the line. And Nintendo obviously needs the money right now, right? They're upping the price, so they most certainly will take the opportunity to add a brand deal to the game. if they can get away with it. So I think that's something to be expected, whether it's now or later. But that will be it. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.